Years ago, I read a little poem, a little reading, as it were, that I want to share with you tonight. And it says, life's like a race. Quit, give up, you're beaten, they shouted out and pled. There's just too much against you now. This time you can't succeed. And as I start to hang my head in front of failure's face, my jump and fall is broken by memory of a race. Then hope refuels my weakened will as I recall that scene. For just the thought of that race rejuvenates my being. A children's race, young men, young boys. Oh, I remember it well. Excitement, sure, but also fear. It wasn't hard to tell. They all lined up, full of hope. Each thought to win the race, or tie for first, or if not that, at least take second place. And fathers watched from all sides, each cheering for his son. Each boy hoped to show that he would be the one. The whistle blew, and off they went, young hearts and hopes afire. To win, to be the hero, that was each young boy's desire. And one boy in particular, his dad in the crowd, was running near the lead. He thought, my dad will be so proud. But as he speeded down the field across a shallow dip, the little boy who thought to win lost his step and slipped. Trying hard to catch himself, his hands flew out to brace, and amid the laughter of the crowd, he fell flat on his face. So down he fell, and with him hope. He couldn't win now. Embarrassed, sad, he only wished to disappear somehow. But as he fell, his dad stood up and showed his anxious face, which to the boy clearly said, get up and win that race. He quickly arose, no damage done, behind a bit, that's all, and ran with all his mind and might to make up for his fall. So anxious to restore himself, to catch up and to win, his mind went faster than his legs, and he slipped and fell again. He wished he had quit before with only one disgrace. I'm hopeless as a runner now. I shouldn't try to race. But in the laughing crowd he searched and found his father's face. That steady look that said again, get up and win that race. So he jumped up to try again, 10 yards behind the last. If I'm going to gain those yards, he thought, I've got to run real fast. Exceeding everything he had, he regained 8 or 10. But trying so hard to catch the lead, he slipped and fell again. Defeat, he said. He laid there silently. A tear dropped from his eye. There's no sense of running anymore. 3 strikes, I'm out. Why try? The will to rise had disappeared. All hope had fled away. So far behind, so error-prone, no closer all the way. I've lost, so what's the use, he thought. I'll live with my disgrace. But then he thought of his dad, who soon he'd have to face. Get up, and echoes sounded low. Get up and take your place. You were not meant for failure here. Get up and win that race. With borrowed will, get up. It said, you haven't lost it all. For winning is not more than this, to rise each time you fall. So up he rose to win once more, and with a new commit. He resolved that win or lose, at least he wouldn't quit. So far behind the others now, the most he'd ever been. Still he gave it his all and ran as though to win. 3 times he had fallen, stumbling. 3 times he rose again. Too far behind to hope to win, he still ran to the end. They cheered the winning runner as he crossed in first place, head high and proud and happy, no falling, no disgrace. But when the fallen youngster crossed the line last place, but then the crowd gave him a greater cheer for finishing the race. And even though he came in last with head bowed low, unproud, you would have thought he had won that race to listen to the crowd. And to his dad, he sadly said, I didn't do so well. To me, you won, his father said. You rose each time you fell. And when things seemed dark and hard and difficult to face, The memory of that little boy helps me in my race. For all life is like that race with ups and downs and all. And all you have to do to win is rise each time you fall. Quit, give up, you're beaten, they still shout in my race. But another voice within me says, get up and win that race.